to call it as coarse aggregates. Then comes the fine aggregates. What do you mean by these fine aggregates? The naturally or crushed mineral material passing 2.36 mm sieve. The aggregates which are passing 2.36 mm and retained on 75 micron. Okay, retained on 75 micron sieve, that we are going to call it as fine aggregates. So remember, coarse aggregates, aggregates retained on 2.36 mm sieve, fine aggregates, aggregates passing 2.36, retained on 75. So the crushed or naturally occurring mineral material, whether it may be the crushed stone or crushed concrete, you can utilize. Then mineral filler. So this is the extra material we are going to add to this dense graded mixes. Okay, the mineral filler we are going to add. This is the extra material which is you are going to add. The material may be stone dust, hydrated lime or cement. Okay, that is the material may be stone dust, hydrated lime or cement. We are going to add it. Okay, is it clear? The materials, kindly respond. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So is there any drag in my voice or lag? Is it okay? Voice is okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Dhruva? Voice is clear, right? There is no... okay. Now, the specification of material. So, we are taking this bitumen as binder, coarse aggregates, fine aggregates, and what are the specifications you are going to consider? What will be the specifications of this material we are going to consider? The first one is gradation. Here also, the gradation part you are going to consider. There is a 40 mm and down size. Okay, 40 mm and down size aggregates. The aggregates which are passing 45 mm sieve size, those can be utilized for the construction of this dense bituminous macadam. Then the aggregate grading 2, which is of 37.5 mm and downside aggregates. The aggregates which are passing 37.5 mm sieve size, those can be utilized for the construction of dense bituminous macadam. So remember, 40 mm and downsized aggregates which are used for the construction of DBM, and aggregates passing 37.5 mm and downsized which will be used for the grading 2. Then gradation of mineral filler, that is 0.6 mm, that is the material passing 600 micron. The material passing 600 micron, that can be called as mineral filler. So the aggregates which are passing 600 micron, that can be utilized as a gradation. Then Los Angeles abrasion value, it should be less than 35%, impact value less than 27, and combined index it is 35%. So again I am telling, combined index should be 35%. It is applied for all the layers. Okay, all the layer construction, you can remember one common thing, that is combined index, that is less than 35%. Then durability cycles. So the durability will be coming to picture only when it is bituminous mixers. Okay, only when it is bituminous mixers, then you can see this durability. So there is one is sodium sulfate, Na2SO4, another one is magnesium sulfate, that is less than 12% and less than 18%, we are going to consider. That is the durability, it is less than 12 and less than 18%, that is 5 cycles. Then water absorption should be less than 2%, that is the water absorption, you have to consider it as 2%. Minimum, maximum, not minimum, maximum 2% we can go for this water absorption. Then PI of filler, that is the plasticity index of filler, that is 4%, less than 4. Only if it is a lime and cement, you can go for directly without conducting the PI test. If it is other than lime and cement, you have to check the PI of the filler, that is the plasticity index of the filler. So these are the some physical requirements of the material which we are going to use in dense bituminous macadam construction. That is grading 1, 45 mm downside aggregates, grading 2, 37.5 mm downside aggregates, then gradation of mineral filler 0.6 mm downside aggregates. Then the Los Angeles abrasion value should be less than 35%, aggregate impact value should be less than 27%. The aggregate impact value should be less than 27%. Then combined index, okay, combined flakiness and elongation index should be less than 35%. Then durability. So the durability, when it is tested with sodium sulfate, it should be less than 12%. When it is tested with magnesium sulfate, it is less than 18%. And maximum water absorption of 2% we are going to consider, and PI of mineral filler should be less than 4%. Then the construction procedure, what is the construction procedure we are going to follow for the construction of this bituminous dense graded bituminous macadam? First one is weather and seasonal limitations. So weather and seasonal limitations, since it is a bituminous, bituminous mixes. So since it is a bituminous mix, we have to check for weather and seasonal limitation. Weather and seasonal limitation. That is, we have already known how this weather and seasonal limitations we are going to consider, as we have considered in the surface testing and in the bituminous macadam. So the second thing is preparation of existing surface. So I told from the construction of GSP layer, we have seen that preparation of existing surface, that is whatever the surface which is where you are going to lay the bituminous mix, that you are going to prepare it cleanly. Then application of prime coat, that is to bond non-bituminous layer with the bituminous layer, we are going to apply prime coat. Then tack coat, to bond two bituminous layers, we are going to apply tack coat. Premix preparation and transportation, that is a hot bituminous mix plant. Okay, you are going to mix the bituminous mixes in the hot bituminous mix plant. Then spreading, rolling, opening to traffic, and quality control of work we are going to see. So weather and seasonal limitations, preparation of existing surface, prime coat, tack coat, premix preparation and transportation, spreading, rolling, opening to traffic, quality control work. Okay, is it clear? What are all the steps?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, weather and seasonal limitations. So as we all know that the laying shall be suspended. Only you observe weather and seasonal limitations. Only we are going to consider in the bituminous mixes only. Okay, in the bituminous mixes we are going to consider only the weather and seasonal limitations. But in all the other layers we are not going to consider weather and seasonal limitations. So the laying shall be suspended in presence of standing water, as we are known to us. Then during raining, dust, storm, fog, we are going to suspend the laying. Then laying shall be suspended when base or binder course. Okay, the base course is when it is damp in nature, that is when there is a moisture content in the base course or binder course, we are going to stop laying. Then surface temperature is less than 10 degree or surface temperature is less than 15 degree, we are going to stop laying. Okay, so the surface temperature should be around 27 to 30 degree. It should maintain 27 to 30 degree. Then only we are going to lay the bituminous mixes. Then laying shall be suspended when wind speed exceeds 40 kmph. Okay, when the wind speeds exceed 40 kmph from the surface of the pavement at a height 2 meter, then the laying shall be suspended. But this point we are not going to consider. Okay, it will not in the physical presence, it will not be there, but we are not going to consider. The second one is preparation of existing surface. So where you are going to place this DBM? So I will write a typical cross section here. This is the subgrade. So above that the GSB layer will be there. Above that base course, whether it may be a WBM or WMM, we are going to provide. Above that binder course. So binder course we are going to go for DBM. So now tell me which is the receiving layer here. Kindly respond. Which is the receiving layer? So we are laying binder course DBM. What is the receiving layer? Existing layer ಯಾವುದು? Which one?
Base.
So you are going to prepare the base layer. Okay, the base on which DBM is to be laid shall be prepared, shaped and compacted to the required profile. So you are going to check for low spots and high spots, and you have to check the camber grade, everything you are going to check it. If the camber and slope is not provided properly, means you are going to make it correct. That is, you are going to make it proper, and then only you are going to lay the DBM. Then the surface should be thoroughly swept clean by mechanical broom and dust removed by compressor. You are going to remove the dust which is present in the base layer. Okay, since it is a non-plastic layer, so some dust particles are going to present in the base layer. So we are going to remove those dust particles by using mechanical broom or compressed air. Then you are going to add prime coat. When where the DBM is laid is other than bitumen bound layer. So since the prime coat shall be applied. So you are going to apply the prime coat. Why? Because the laying layer is base course, which is a non-bituminous layer. So non-bituminous layer we are laying. So to bind the non-bituminous layer and bituminous layer, you are going to apply prime coat. You are going to apply prime coat. So where the DBM is laid is other than the bitumen bound layer. So since it is the layer, the base layer is not a bituminous layer, that's why we are going to add prime coat. So we are going to apply the prime coat. Then after the applying the prime coat, the tack coat is going to apply. So after the prime coat application, you are going to leave it for 2 to 3 hours. You are going to leave it for 2 to 3 hours. Then you are going to apply the tack coat. Then paving grade bitumen is used as tack coat. That is, it is boiled in the boilers. Okay. So I think you have seen a tanker will be there, which will be heated from the bottom, and spraying of bitumen you can observe wherever the road construction is there. You can observe that is the application of tack coat. As the tack coat is applied, the DBM layer construction starts. So as soon as you apply the tack coat, the DBM layer construction will start. This is the third step and fourth step. That is, after preparing, you are going to apply prime coat. After prime coat, you are going to apply the tack coat. Then comes the premix preparation and transportation. So premix preparation and transportation. So it should be properly mixed and uniformly mixed in the hot bituminous mix plant. So remember, in the hot bituminous mix plant, you are going to mix the DBM mix, which should be uniform. Okay, uniform and homogeneous mix. Homogeneous. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now that is it should produce a uniform and homogeneous mix. It should produce. Then the bituminous mix shall be transported in a clean, insulated and covered vehicle. So you are going to transport the bituminous mixes in a insulated. I told right, the inner surface of the truck. So the inner surface of the truck should be oiled and the top surface of the truck should be covered. So to avoid heat transfer or to avoid heat loss, we are going to insulate the truck. Then spreading, how we are going to spread the mix. So we will see how this mix will be spread. Wait a minute. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Wait for a second. Now, how we are going to spread the mix means, as soon as the mix arrives at the site, you are going to lay it and you are going to compact it. So, as soon as possible, when the mix arrived at the site, it should be laid, that is, it should be continuously supplied to the paver and you are going to lay without any delay. Why? Because if you are creating any delay, if you are creating any delay means, if you delay the bituminous mix laying means, the mix becomes set. Okay, it becomes set, or we can call it as it becomes harder. Okay, it becomes harder. So to avoid this consequence, what you are going to do, as soon as the mix arrives at the site, you are going to send that mix to the paver and you are going to lay it. Then the rate of delivery of the mix to the paver shall be regulated to enable the paver operate continuously. So you are going to make the paver to operate continuously without any stoppage. Okay, without any stoppage of the paver, you are going to continuously supply the mix and you are going to lay it. Then the thickness of mix laid in each paver pass shall be in accordance with the specifications. So you are going to check regularly. You are going to check regularly how the thickness is maintained in the DBM layer. So thickness shall be according to the specification. Then rolling, as we all know that the rolling, as soon as the mix arrives at the site, it should be laid and it should be compacted easily at the earliest stage. And compaction shall commence as soon as possible after laying. As soon as you lay the bituminous mix in the field from the paver, it will get released onto the surface of the pavement. Now what we are going to do, you are going to compact it. There is as soon as you lay the mix, you are going to compact. There is a compaction process starts at the earliest. There is it will start as soon as you lay the mix. Why? Because if we lay the mix before without compaction means it becomes harder and it will not achieve its stability. So it will not achieve its stability or strength, we can call. Then rolling shall commence at the edges and progress towards the center with a due overlap of 1/3 of the preceding pass. So as we all know that the rolling shall commences at the edges and progress towards the center with a due overlap of 1/3 of the preceding pass. So this is the thing you have to remember. That is, rolling shall commences at the edges and progress towards the center. So rolling commences at the edges. So here the rolling will commence and progress towards the center, and on the other side also the rolling commences and progress towards the center with due overlap of 1/3 of the preceding pass. Then in portions of unidirectional, okay, in the curve the road will look like this. So in portions of unidirectional camber, the rolling commences at the lower edge and is progress towards the upper edge. So in the unidirectional camber, the edge has been rolled. There is a after the edge has been rolled, progress from lower edge to the upper edge, and compacting shall be subsequently complete before the temperature falls to below the rolling temperature. So you should compact the bituminous mixer before if the temperature falls below the rolling temperature. Then here also we are going to use three types of rolling. Initial rolling is done with the help of 80 to 100 kilonewton smooth wheel roller, 80 to 100 kilonewton vibratory roller, then 6 to 8 ton of smooth wheel roller. So initial rolling is done by 8 to 10 ton smooth wheel roller, 8 to 10 ton vibratory roller, then 6 to 8 ton of smooth wheel roller we are going to utilize for compaction. So remember, whenever we are compacting the bituminous layer, we are going to compact it in three ways. One is the smooth wheel roller, the second one is the vibratory roller, the third one will be the smooth wheel roller of lesser capacity. Then rolling shall be continued until there is no further movement of mix under the roller. Okay, rolling shall be done till there is no further rolling shall be continued until there is no further movement of the mix under the roller. I told right in the last class. So whenever you are rolling the bituminous mix, because of this plastic nature, okay, because of the temperature it behaves like plastic. So whenever you roll the bituminous mix, there will be a chances of segregation of material under the rolling. So you have to ensure that this segregation should not happen. So until that you are going to roll the surface. So rolling shall be continued until there is no further movement of the mix under the roller. Okay, is it clear? Rolling. Can you respond? Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. Then opening to traffic. It shall be ensured that traffic is not allowed until the paved mat has cooled below 60 degree. So you have constructed a bituminous layer like this. Okay, this layer of thickness, for example, 100 mm we have constructed. The rolling temperature is around 90 to 100 degrees Celsius till this temperature reduces to 60 degrees Celsius, we are not going to allow the traffic to move over this mat. So if we allow the traffic to move over the mat, means there will be some undulation, formation of undulation is going to take place. That's why to avoid this formation of undulations, we are going to cool the mat to 60 degrees Celsius. Then only we are going to allow the traffic to move. Then what are the quality control works? We are going to check it before construction, during and after construction. Then what are the quality control tests we are going to consider? What are the quality control tests? That is a quality of binder, we are going to check it. Then aggregate impact value, Los Angeles abrasion value, we are going to check it. Then combined flakiness and elongation index, we are going to check it. So we are going to check for quality of binder, then aggregate impact value, then Los Angeles abrasion value. Whatever the specifications we have noted down. Okay, do one thing. You remember the whatever the specifications. So corresponding test for individual specification, you write it. Okay, the first specification is gradation. So we are going to conduct sieve analysis. We are going to check for sieve analysis. So is the sieve analysis is there? So you can write sieve analysis. Second one is Los Angeles abrasion value test we are going to conduct. Los Angeles aggregate impact value test we are going to conduct. Then combined index, that is the combined index test we are going to check it. Soundness, water absorption, polished stone value, grading. Grading means that is a sieve analysis. You are going to check it with sieve analysis, that is whether the aggregates are within the limits or not. You are going to check it. Bitumen content, stability and void analysis, density of compacted layer, then rate of spread of mix. Rate of spread of mix, that is efficiency of the paver. Okay, you are going to check the efficiency of the paver also. So with the help of rate of spread of mix, we are going to determine the efficiency of the paver. So remember, these are the quality control tests we are going to conduct. Quality of binder, aggregate impact value, Los Angeles abrasion value, combined flakiness and elongation index, soundness test, water absorption, polished stone value, grading of aggregates, bitumen content, stability and voids analysis, density of compacted layer, rate of spread of mix. Okay, these are the things we are going to remember for dense bituminous macadam. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So next we will see bituminous concrete. So I am not going in detail about the construction procedure. The construction procedure, okay, I will write here, you can observe the construction procedure is same as the construction of DBM layer. The same steps we are going to follow in the bituminous concrete, but the materials are different here. So we will see what are the materials. The thickness we are going to consider it as 25 to 40. The thickness of bituminous concrete we are going to consider it as a 25 to 40 mm. The materials I told right, the binder bitumen conforming to IS 73, modified bitumen IS 15462. So the bitumen which is conforming to IS 73 and the modified bitumen IS 15462 we are going to consider. Then coarse aggregates, that is the crushed rock, crushed gravel or hard material 2.36 mm ISC which is retained. That material we can use. Fine aggregates passing 2.36 mm sieve and retained on 75 micron sieve, that we are going to call it as fine aggregates. Then filler material, so stone dust, hydrated lime and cement, these three are used as filler material. So remember, in the DBM and BC, only in these two layers we will be using the filler material. Okay, other than these two layers we will not be using any filler material. Only in DBM layer and BC layer we will be using the filler materials. Okay, the specifications of materials you can observe here. So grading 1, that is 26.5 mm downsized, the aggregates which are passing 23.5 mm and downsized aggregates. Grading 2, that is 19 mm downsized aggregates, the aggregates which are 19 mm downsized aggregates we are going to use. Then filler, that is 0.6 mm downsized aggregates, that is 600 micron. The aggregates which are passing 600 micron, those aggregates can be utilized as a mineral filler. Then the Los Angeles abrasion value less than 30%. Okay, you can observe, you can compare with the DBM, it is 5% lesser. So Los Angeles abrasion value should be less than 30%. Then aggregate impact value should be less than 24%. That is the aggregate impact value less than 24% we are going to consider. Then combined flakiness and elongation index. I told right, combined index should be less than 35% for all the layers. Here also it will holds good. Then durability, that is 12% and 18%. Water absorption here also, that is less than 2%. So we are going to consider less than 2% water absorption. Polished stone value greater than 55%. So polished stone value we are going to consider it as greater than 55%. Then plasticity index of filler except lime and cement we are going to consider less than 4%. So we are going to consider the PI of filler less than 4%. Then the construction step. So the first is weather and seasonal limitations. Preparation of existing surface. Here prime coat is emitted. Okay, prime coat, we are emitting the prime coat. Why? Because So the GSB layer will be there above that base, above that binder, above that wearing. So this bituminous concrete is considered as wearing. Now tell me which is the receiving layer here in this, which is the receiving layer, which is the receiving layer?
Subgrade.
No, for wearing we are laying bituminous concrete BC. Which is the receiving layer?
Binding material.
That is a binder course, that is DBM. So since it is a bituminous layer, we are not using the prime coat. So the main function of prime coat is to bind non-bituminous layer and bituminous layer, but we are laying bituminous and bituminous only. That's why we are using the tack coat. So tack coat is used only when two bituminous layers are laying. Okay, when you are constructing two bituminous layers, that you are going to use tack coat. Then premix preparation and transportation, the same, that is using a hard bituminous mix plant, we are going to prepare the mix and you are going to transport it. So transportation done in insulated vessel, that is you are going to apply the oil on the walls of the truck, and insulation, that is you are going to cover the top of the vehicle. Spreading, as soon as the mix arrives at this site, you should send it to paver and you are going to spread it uniformly. Then rolling. So rolling, as soon as the mix is laid, the rolling will commence. That is from the outer edges to inner edges. The rolling will start when it is unidirectional camber, but whenever it is the normal road, two directional camber, so at the lower edges it will start and progress towards the upper edge, and the other side from the lower edge and progress towards the upper edges. Then open into traffic. Here also, since it is a bituminous mix layer, the traffic is not open to serve the traffic. So the road is, or the layer is not open to track to serve the traffic till it cools to 60 degree Celsius. Till it cools to 60 degree Celsius, we are not supposed to leave the traffic. Then quality control work, that is during construction, before construction, and after construction we are going to consider. So weather and seasonal limitations we have already known. So the existing surface is the DBM. The DBM on which BC is laid shall prepared, shaped and to the required profile. So if there is any change in the slope or change in the profile, means we are going to make it rectify. Then surface shall be thoroughly swept clean by mechanical broom and dust removed by compressed air. So you are going to remove the dust and the dirt material which are present in the surface of the layer. Then tack coat. So I told right, we are going to avoid prime coat since it is a binding of two or construction of two adjacent layers of the bituminous mixes. We are going to eliminate this prime coat. Only we are going to apply tack coat. So before application of BC, tack coat is applied on the existing layer. So since it is a DBM, for example, if we consider DBM, you are going to apply the tack coat. Okay, tack coat which is heated in the bituminous boilers to the required viscosity. To the required viscosity, you are going to heat the bitumen, and as soon as you apply the tack coat, the layer construction will start. Okay, the layer construction will start. Then premix preparation, I told right, hot bituminous mix. We are going to use a hot bituminous mix plant for premix preparation, which will produce uniform and a homogeneous mix. So the hard bituminous mix plant should produce homogeneous and uniform mix without segregation. Okay, we can say without segregation. If the mix is produced, that type we are going to call it as hard bituminous mix plant. Then it shall be transported in a clean, insulated and covered vehicle. I told right, the inner side of the truck we are going to apply with oil. Okay, so why? Because the oil is a will reduce the heat transfer. So you are going to apply with the oil, and the top surface of the layer should be covered. Okay, that is it should be taken in covered vehicle. But in India, we are not going to use this insulation and covering the top. Simply dumping the mix in the truck, and you are going to take that mix into the set, and you are going to lay it. Then spreading, as soon as the mix arrives at the set, it should be continuously sent to paver and laid without delay. I told, if you make any delay in the laying means the bitumen get set. That is the bitumen is going to set, and which will becomes harder. Okay, harder, which is very difficult to make it softer. Okay, if we delay, then the rate of delivery, so you should not keep the paver in ideal condition, so that you should send the mix regularly, and you should lay it. Then thickness of mix laid in each paver shell accordance with the specification. So you are going to check the thickness at regular interval. Then rolling. So compaction shall commence as soon as possible after laying. So after when you lay the mix, the compaction will start. And as we all know that the compaction will progress starts at the edges and progress towards the center here also. But in the unidirectional camber, at lower edges it will compact and it will move to the higher edges. And it should have a due overlap of 1/3 of the preceding pass. So you should have 1/3 of the preceding pass. Then the rolling can be done using a 8 to 10 ton smooth wheel roller. So 8 to 10 ton smooth wheel roller we are going to use. Then 8 to 10 ton vibratory roller. Then 6 to 8 ton pneumatic roller. So make a correction here. It is not smooth wheel roller. It is a pneumatic roller. Okay, the final finishing is given by pneumatic roller. So remember, in the bituminous mixes, that too in the bituminous concrete mix, the pneumatic roller is used. Okay, so for final finishing, the pneumatic roller will be used. Then rolling shall continue until there is no further movement of the mix under the roller, or until required density is achieved. So you are going to consider the rolling until the mix under the roller should not move, or the required density is achieved. Then opening to traffic, that is, it is not open till the mat cool to 60 degrees. So when you lay the mix means it will be 90 to 100 degrees Celsius. So it should cool to 60 degrees Celsius. Till that we are not going to allow the traffic to use the bituminous layer. Then opening to traffic over. Then quality control before construction, during construction, and after construction you are going to do the quality control work. Then what are the quality control tests you are going to conduct? There is quality of binder, aggregate impact value, abrasion value, combined index, soundness test, water absorption, polishing stone. Grading means it is sieve analysis. Okay, you don't get confused with the grading. It is sieve analysis. Then bitumen content, stability and voids analysis, density and rate of spread of mix means it is checking the efficiency of the paver. The rate of spreading of mix, we are going to check it. Okay, these are the some quality control test and the step-by-step procedure for bituminous concrete layer. Okay, if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Is it clear? Is it clear? Bituminous concrete laying, how we are going to lay? So first thing you have to remember that the bituminous layer construction will start with the weather and seasonal limitations. So the bituminous layer construction will start with weather and seasonal limitation. Then only you are going to prepare the existing surface. Then you are going to apply prime coat or tack coat, whatever it is necessary, you are going to apply. Then premix preparation and transportation. So you are going to prepare the mix in the hot bituminous mix plant, and you are going to transport it in a insulated vessel. Then spreading, using the sensor paver. Okay, using the sensor paver, we are going to spread the mix. Afterwards, then you are going to roll. That is, the compaction can be done using a smooth wheeled roller, vibratory roller, and pneumatic roller we are going to use. Then the traffic is not supposed to allow till it cools to room temperature. Till it cools to room temperature, we are not supposed to allow the traffic to pass through to utilize the road. Okay, then the quality control works we are going to consider. There is a before construction, during construction, and after construction we are going to consider. Then the quality control test. What are the various quality control tests we are going to consider? There is a quality of binder, aggregate impact value. Yes, Dhruva?
Sir,
Any doubts?